And welcome back to an Ipswich challenge in Europe. The East Anglian side won through to the 1981 UEFA Cup final, beating AZ 67 Alkmaar 3-0 in the first leg. They had to travel to Amsterdam for the second leg on the 20th of May. Just a couple of changes in the Alkmaar side, I think, John.
Yeah, it was Reinders come in for Vandermeer, and Welts, who was substitute, started the game.
Just those two changes. And Bobby, the Ipswich side, not one change. Bobby entirely happy.
No, but I'm sure that if he gets the same commitment out of his players as he did in the first leg, you know, then he'll be well satisfied. Russell Osmond and Terry Butcher, they have to work hard, keep everybody out, and they've got enough strike force up to be able to get themselves a few goals themselves too. So.
And John, did Bobby Robson take a different tactical approach in this game at all?
No, it's the same as every game, you know. We knew we were 3-goal ahead, but we played the same way.
So a tough challenge for Ipswich, described by John Motson.
AZ in red shirts and white shorts get this second leg started. They're 3 goals behind, bear in mind, playing from right to left, and they've switched the match to this Olympic Stadium in Amsterdam because their own ground in Alkmaar only holds about 18,000 people. This is Tyson for Ipswich, looking for Gates. Then it was Muren offside against Brazil. Jan Petters for Alkmaar. To Johnny Methot, the sweeper who will come forward a lot. Looks for Nygaard, it came off Osmond. Mick Mills. Brazil, being marked at once by Reinders and being fouled by him. You'll pick up the Dutch man-to-man marking. Spelbos on Mariner. Reinders on Brazil. And Methot, the number 4, will usually be the spare man. Here's Hogan.
John, were Ipswich really under pressure at this point? I mean, you'd had a very long season, although you won the first leg of this final, and you've lost out on 2 of the, the Championship and the FA Cup. Did they feel a particular pressure?
No, not really. I think the 3-goal lead done us the world of good. You know, we knew we had a great chance of, winning the trophy.
They're desperate for an early goal here. And Pierre Toll got very close, it would seem, from this angle. Nygaard set the chance up. Ipswich stood off rather there and allowed Nygaard to tee the ball up for Toll. And they were still standing off a little bit when Toll shot with his left foot. This is Franz Tyson. Walker's coming in and Methot away. And already Ipswich have pushed Butcher and Osmond forward for the corner. Butcher's on the near post with Mariner. Away by Arndt. Tyson! Oh, what a start for Ipswich! They scored! And the Dutchman, Franz Tyson, puts Ipswich in a tremendous position here. Because
well, I suppose, Bobby, if there'd been any pressure for Ipswich, that would have dispelled it, that goal, wouldn't it?
Well, they're 4-0 up now, but it's a terrific strike by Tyson. Yeah. Well, they're hoping to break Ipswich down. It's a bad start from them, isn't it, really? Wow, what a great 4-0 up in the final of a cup. Marvellous.
John, that must have been a real heartwarming goal for you.
It was a great boost for us, and as I say, everybody felt, they've got to score 5 goals to win, so we were very confident.
His side, who so badly wanted to score early themselves to get back into the tie, have conceded a fine goal to Ipswich and Tyson. One which I'm sure his family in the stand would have enjoyed. That was Reinders for AZ, then Walk for Ipswich, climbing a little. Quickly taken the free kick. This is Jonker, number 9. Methot. Number 5, Hovenkamp. Plays it in for Johnny Methot, a great run by the sweeper. Cooper made him delay. He turned it back, and there's a goal. Belzel.
Well, John, they've started their fight back, but what was it like playing in that Olympic Stadium?
It was a bit intimidating, actually. There was 60,000 fans, but, you know, they went at us, actually. They played just 2 players at the back and pushed so many players forward.
You played there occasionally, haven't you, Bobby?
I think I only played here once against Holland, yes, and that's the first time I saw Johan Cruyff was on this stadium here. Yeah, we drew 1-1.
And it doesn't exist now? It's gone now?
No, it's gone now. They've got a new stadium in Amsterdam. They're very proud of it too, I think. Lovely.
Dramatic as the FA Cup final replay last week. 2 early goals, 1 to each side. Here's Jonker. Belzel is square. Nygaard. Belzel. It's going to come to Method. And Belzel's there again. Denied only by the woodwork. Otherwise, Ipswich will be behind on the night. Belzel, the number 7, is causing untold trouble. And so is Method, this number 4. It was a miscued shot, but Belzel hit the bar. This is Belzel for AZ. Peters. Looking for Nygaard. Toll is in there, but Cooper should claim that. Score on the night 1-1, on aggregate 4-1 to Ipswich. Offside, Brazil. Not Mills, who'd run from the back there, but Brazil, who was offside earlier. And the free kick taken from the wrong place by AZ. Peters. Nygaard. Spelbos. Belzel pulling right this time, finding Peters. Johnny Method! 2-1 on the night to AZ, and Johnny Method, the sweeper, is having a stormer.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny Method, a very skillful player. And of course, I mean, the Dutch have always been associated with skillful football anyway, John, haven't they?
Yeah, very skillful team, and there's a great cross-in, and Metgard is getting in the box and used his height well. And
he went to Nottingham Forest.
Went to Nottingham Forest and played well for him, scored a lot of good goals.
Do the Dutch train any differently? I mean, do they accentuate their skills, or do they train on their skills specifically? Well,
talking to, you know, Muren and Tyson, they brought up at a young age, you know, learning the skills of the game, technique, and how to control the ball. And that's how they're very confident on the ball.
Do we do that enough, Bobby?
We're starting to do it again. Yes, working on our techniques. But the Dutch were always very disciplined side, weren't they? You know, even though they were behind, there was no panic, and they still kept trying to do the right things and playing. I've always been impressed with Dutch football, you know. I've even seen some Dutch sides who I thought were really inferior to the opposition, but because of the planning and the tactics, they've actually won the game. I think that they're a great side to hold up, really.
I just seen
an example.
Left foot free kick there, brilliant.
Brazil's got a 1-against-1. Mills is coming in support. There are others coming from midfield. Here's Mills. Tackle was by Reinders. Corner to Ipswich. Mariners flicking it on. Johnny Walk's in there. Johnny Walk. John Walk equals Alcafini's record of 14 goals in Europe.
Yeah, that was the record equaler then, John.
Yeah, it was a great feeling, and as I say, we worked on that in training, and I just sort of got a volley in, but it was really pleasing because I knew I'd equalled the record, and so it gave us a great chance of winning the trophy as well.
And sadly, the record's been beaten since then, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been beaten by Klinsmann, so it's been beaten by a very good player.
But having pulled back to 2-2, you must have thought you were really back in the game again now.
Yeah,
not too many worries.
Well, we didn't. You know, we felt very confident. You know, we're 5-2 up. You know, and we couldn't see them scoring 4 goals.
Wide to Arndt. Now again, the linesman is flagging here. I fancy he's given offside against Alan Brazil initially. 5 minutes left in the first half. Petters for AZ, away by Mills. This is Arndt. Forward for Johnny Methot again. Jonker is in there. Full! Here toll for AZ. 3-2 on the night. And again Ipswich sloppy in the air. This is Arndt on the ball at the moment. It was floated in again. Once more, that man Methot.
Well, Bobby, an incredible second leg. 5 goals in the first half so far.
Yeah. Well, you see, Ipswich got probably too comfortably a position. They had a 4-goal lead, and I think probably what's happened is that the defenders have switched off and they think, well, the job's done now. But it's not. It's a strange game, this, and it can change very quickly. And especially if you've got a side that's very well organised like the Dutch, you know, they can always come back at you. So. And once you lose your confidence, you know, it's amazing how it's very difficult to pick it up again. So Ipswich will be worried now, certainly if they were to get another one.
And John, what did Bobby Robson say during the half-time?
Well, he says we've got to defend a bit better, you know, because we'd let 3 goals in. He says, you know, still keep going forward as well, still try and get another goal to finish them off, but be on your guard because they were throwing men forward all the time.
Well, I mean, Paul Cooper couldn't be better in defence than that, could he?
Yeah, we needed him, and we needed a bit of luck with the woodwork as well on a few occasions, so we're very fortunate.
Ipswich on the rack once more. A string of corners for AZ. This one taken short to Nygaard. And Paul Cooper excelling himself. Good throw, too, to Alan Brazil. Now, can he hold it up long enough to get support? He couldn't. Arndt. Petters. Methot. Methot shot. Going away, I think. Had a marvellous match, Johnny Methot. Nygaard, Methot again forward. That was Butcher who challenged him, and the referee has given a free kick against Terry Butcher. It would be a desperate last quarter of an hour for Ipswich if AZ were to score again here. That's Jonker with the shot. What a terrific drive.
Well, Paul Cooper could have stopped that one, John.
Yeah, it was a great strike, you know, there's no chance in that, and as I say, they were back in it again, and we were hanging on, you know, 18 minutes to go, and we were hanging on.
And Paul Cooper had an incredible record in saving penalties, didn't he, John?
That season he'd saved 8 out of 10. So it was a great record.
But now a touch of panic in the ranks, I suppose.
Yeah, they threw everything forward. They had nothing. They knew they had to get another goal or so, you know, and as I said, they threw everything forward. So we were just hanging in there, and it was worth it. And then
one across for Jonker to jump for. That was Mick Mills playing the captain's part as always, but his nerves will be on edge as well at this moment. Methot. Petters. Jan Petters. Oh, 2 fine saves by Cooper. And when they look back on those, they'll realise AZ could have won it. The Dutch, having played so many matches fewer than Ipswich this season, look fresh and urgent still. Ipswich look laboured and unhappy. That's Nygaard. Streisand looked confident enough, but it seemed only a foot away from Beltsel, the man on the ground. And I think he's injured. The flag is up for offside against Brazil, and Ipswich win the UEFA Cup. on an aggregate of 5 goals to 4. After a thrilling second leg here, which AZ won on the night 4-2. Nick Mills has just played his 667th senior match for Ipswich Town, and his reward for that unstinting service is the UEFA Cup.
Sweet moment for you then, John, because it was getting very close towards the end, wasn't it?
Very close, you know, but as I say, in the end, it was well worth it, you know, and over the 2 legs, we deserved to win.
And what do you remember of these moments after the game?
Well, as I say, just it relief more than anything. No, we tried so hard all through the season, and we were glad we won something for our fans.
Yeah. Can never take that away from you, John, hey?
Yeah, it's a great feeling, and to say it's probably the highlight of my career, and it's scored a lot of goals, and probably my best of a year.
And when you look back on the teasers, you beat en route and Etienne and Cologne and teams like that, I mean, it was a fantastic performance, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the way he's been going, he might have some still to come, you know.